not a women's reservation bill.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of One Take, and this time all eyes on West Bengal and Mahua Moitra.
What about the violence in Haryana? This man, Mr. A, has topi penaued you.
I know you must have heard of all the controversy, all the debates, different versions, attacks on each other, but I'm going to now focus on some backroom negotiations which are going on between political parties. Because the political ramification of this Mahua saga will be felt not only just in her party, which is the Trinamool Congress, but within the I.N.D.I.A front and specifically within the Congress party, with the Congress party also, because she has very good equations with a large number of Congress leaders. And also the issue which she has taken up, which according to her is the reason why she is being targeted, is something which is very dear to both Rahul Gandhi as well as the rest of the Congress. And that is the issue of the Adani factor.
Nobody is behind Mahua. Mahua is behind the truth.
Now you must have noticed by now that the TMC has been largely reticent in their response to the Mahua Moitra factor. Questions are being asked that why is no one coming forward and defending her? When I tried to speak to TMC leaders, they said, look, it's Durga Pujo, we have other things to do. But politics never takes a break. It never goes on a holiday, even if it's Durga Pujo for the Bengalis. And therefore, every comment of theirs, what was said, what was left unsaid, becomes extremely significant. Whether it was Kunal Ghosh, whether it was Derek O'Brien, both of them seems to be saying the same thing. But about who? Well, no one can guess because they refuse to take their names. They refer to her as that person or the concerned person. And they also said we are going to closely watch what the ethics committee has to say in the report, and then we are going to take a call on what further action needs to be taken. Now, what I'm going to talk about this week is on two important factors. Why is Mahua too hot to handle for the TMC? Remember those pictures way back, I think it was 2010, when Mahua Moitra was publicly rebuked by Mamata Banerjee because she told her that be within your limits. That is because she had actually led a protest against some of the supporters of the Trinamool Congress, but from her constituency of Nadia Krishnanagar. The word went to Mamata Banerjee that she doesn't even listen to us, she's in her own world, and that's where at a public event in Krishnanagar, Mamata Banerjee rebuked her and telling her, Mahua, please remain within the limit.
Mahua, এখানে আমি একটা স্পষ্ট মেসেজ দিতে চাই যখন ইলেকশন হবে পার্টি উইল ডিসাইড কে কন্টেস্ট করবে না করবে।
After that, things have never really been smooth between the two. But she's also been one of the most firebrand, articulate, high-profile leaders of the TMC. Look, the Trinamool Congress may seem to be going soft now as far as the national ambitions go, but they do need a face in the national capital with whom they can, through whom they can do negotiations with other India front political parties and also to talk to the BJP inside Parliament. In Rajya Sabha, Derek O'Brien is high-profile. In Lok Sabha, she is the one who is emerging as high profile, despite the fact that Abhishek Banerjee is also a member of parliament, but he largely keeps a very low profile, mostly concentrating on the Bengal politics. Therefore, it is very difficult for the TMC to get rid of Mahua Moitra without a reason. In the past, there were questions being asked, will she be given a ticket? This is before this entire controversy broke, because the Banerjees don't seem to be very fond of her. But she has a substantial amount of following in her constituency of Krishnanagar, and as I said, extremely intelligent, aggressive, taking on the men, taking on the BJP and the Prime Minister. But somewhere down the line, there was a discomfort within the Trinamool Congress. The TMC leaders, top leadership, felt that Adani issue is not an issue which can resonate on the ground. They gave out examples of Rahul Gandhi, who raised the Rafale issue in the last Lok Sabha elections, where it completely boomeranged on them. And therefore, they point out in private that we have to go across with people's issues. No one will accept the fact that the Prime Minister is corrupt. And therefore, they were not ever very comfortable with Mahua raising this issue. If you would have noticed that barring her, the TMC certainly did not make this a big issue against the BJP and the Prime Minister. They focused more on the Manrega scheme and so on and so forth. But it is very difficult for them to get rid of a person who's this high profile and someone who's raising the cause of corruption, according to her, and who's taking on the BJP. And that's the reason why they were going very slowly. But this entire controversy have given them an opportunity. But I think the more interesting factor is that of the Congress party. We all know that she was very much a part of the Congress party and she left it because she felt that at least in West Bengal, her home state, there is nothing much which the Congress can offer to her. So she joined the Trinamool. But that does not mean her friendship with top-notch Congress leaders ended. She often was seen hobnobbing with Shashi Tharoor. She also had very easy access to Rahul Gandhi's office. And many in the Congress party consider and still consider her their own. And what I'm told is that when this entire saga broke out, the Congress was restless. They could not jump into her defense because first, she was not from their party. Second, they're also aware of the fact that Mamata Banerjee is not very comfortable with this issue. And they also felt that if they want to take on an issue which Mamata Banerjee is not very comfortable with, it could boomerang the chances as far as the India front is concerned. But behind the scenes, what was happening? I know this for a fact. I'm not going to give the names out because that will reveal my sources. 2 to 3 top leaders of the Congress party dialed the number. They dialed the TMC's high-profile top leadership and asked them, why are you not defending Mahua Moitra? Because they wanted Mahua and they want Mahua to emerge victorious in this entire issue. And they feel that the only way they can do so and be kind of vindicated on the issue that she is raising, which is the Adani issue, if Mahua emerges victorious. In an ideal situation, the Congress convened that you have to come out with a statement backing her, and then the India front will issue a statement backing her. The TMC did issue a statement yesterday, a day or two back, but they were very nuanced, very careful, not referring to her by name and saying that they were waiting and watching. And that is the problem for the Congress party. It cannot openly defend her, but at the same time, they do not want to antagonize Mamata Banerjee, but also they cannot completely abandon her. And therefore, it's easier for the TMC to let Mahua Moitra go than the Congress. Which brings me back to this question, is there a possibility, if she faces the axe, will she join the Congress? Well, it depends on the charges under which she goes. If she goes on the charges of national security or violation of parliamentary privilege, I think the Congress will be a little bit more reticent about it. But it's early days yet. We are not seeing the end of it. She's someone who's going to become and has already become too hot to handle. And she's certainly not going to be that leader who's going to go away and fade away and by lying low. Do give in your reactions on the social media timeline. Thank you so much for watching.